This is Lawrence Slavin. We recently held a workshop for people using Xero to show them perhaps some things that they weren't aware of and to help them get the most out of using their Xero program. This broadcast is going to show you extracts of the issues that we discussed and maybe help you to see how you can get the best out of the program. I want to start by giving you some housekeeping tips, just so as you can have a quick look at Xero and check that everything in there looks right. So you see the dashboard in front of you. That's your standard look at the program, and you can see there the bank balances. You can see there how much money is owed to you, and you can see the bills you need to pay. That's pretty straightforward, but here's some other things you might find useful. If you go to reports and you check on the aged payables, I'm going to pick a date here that I know works in this particular program, which is June 16. And we have a look. So what we've got here is we've got a list here of aged payables, which is people you owed money to, and we're now assuming, or we're pretending, this is a June 16. And you've got here the various people you owe money to, and you've got here how old those debts are. And you might want to look at these and say, well, is this right? Do I really owe Cartlem and Cameron's £3,000, which is older than 3 months? And of course we can click on this and find the invoice. It's going to be this one here, which is from August 2015. So if we're doing this report at June 16, this is 10 months old already. If it's not right, we need to deal with it. We're either going to issue a credit note, or we're going to find that maybe we paid it and we allocated it somewhere else. Similarly, look at aged receivables. This is people who owe you money. Again, I'll pick a date that I know works. June 16. And we've got, this looks fairly clean. There's a few odd figures here. There's £1,158 from Public Health London. I click on that. It's looks like it was a part payment made here, but this is from January 16. So again, this report of June 16 is going to suggest that this is 6 months old. Have they not paid because the invoice was overstated, or the sum isn't due, or have you allocated the receipt somewhere else? These are things that you can check, and just check very quickly that your reports and your bookkeeping is looking right. The last thing to check before we move on, as part of your housekeeping, is just to look at the trial balance. The trial balance you'll find in reports. This will give you, or you could go into all reports and find the trial balance. This will give you an overview of all the transactions that have gone into the program, a summary. So if we go back to the end of June, which again I know works, we can go down these various figures here and say, do these look about right? Is there anything here that stands out as being obviously incorrect? So in expenses here, we've got £10,000, which is in the wrong column. This should be an expense. It's kind of income here. Drugs paid, so that can't be right. So we'd have to click on that, find out what it is. So it's really income from NHS England. It's really drug reimbursements. So we need to recode that. We need to go back into it. We need to edit this invoice. And we need to show this drug here as drug reimbursements. And we're going to save that. Let's go back to our trial balance. I just press the back key, it'll take me back to the trial balance. I just need to refresh this now because we've made some changes, and we go to the drugs, and yeah, so that's now looking better. There is this odd thing here, £84,000 as a credit in printing, postage and stationery. So, whoa, we've got £83,000 as a credit here from petty cash. I don't think so. So that's going to have to be investigated and make corrections as you go along. So the trial balance, if it's not showing on here, you go to all reports, and you'll see it in the accounting. We've got trial balance. By the way, if you star any of these items here, then they will appear in the drop down at the top. So those things you use regularly, which should be these two now, and the trial balance, you should star.